Blake Lively's family supports Ryan Reynolds at the red carpet as she skips the premiere of his new documentary. And this beautiful moment reminds us how celebrities balance love, family, and their shining careers while still feeling so relatable. Because behind the glittering lights and designer gowns, there are genuine emotions, care, and shared dreams. And as Ryan stepped onto that carpet with grace, humor, and his signature charm, fans felt that warmth that makes him one of Hollywood's most loved figures. His journey from a young actor in Canada to a global superstar adored for roles in films like Deadpool. And the proposal shows that talent mixed with persistence can move mountains. His energy on screen, his kindness off screen, and his dedication to family paint a picture of balance that many aspire to. And Blake Lively, though, absent from this event, continues to be the heartbeat of their story. Her world is filled with creativity, fashion, and entrepreneurship from her breakout role in Gossip Girl to her evolution as a mother and style icon. She has shown that success and softness can coexist. Her sense of humor, her authenticity, and her effortless elegance make her one of those stars who light up any conversation, and as she cheers for Ryan from afar, she symbolizes the modern celebrity who can choose family moments over flashing cameras, and that in itself becomes inspiring. And while we celebrate them, we also take a journey through the larger universe of stars, each with stories of struggle, triumph, and reinvention. Like Taylor Swift, who has built an empire on storytelling, transforming pain into poetry and stage lights into safe spaces. Her songs narrate love, loss, and resilience, and her artistry shows that reinvention is not a one-time act, but a lifelong dance. And beside her, Selena Gomez stands as a symbol of strength with her honesty about health and healing. Her rare beauty brand turning makeup into a message about confidence and kindness. Her fans see her as a friend who understands them, and that realness is rare in fame. Then there is Zendaya, whose grace and authenticity continue to redefine Hollywood. She began young but grew wise beyond her years, using every platform to uplift voices and celebrate individuality. Her red carpet looks become statements. Her performances inspire, and her calm confidence gives hope to millions watching from every corner of the globe and moving across the seas. We find Shah Rukh Khan, the Bollywood legend whose story from humble beginnings in Delhi to the king of global romance cinema shows that charisma and hard work transcend borders. His philanthropic work, his love for family, and his connection with fans make him a living symbol of perseverance and charm. And in the same spirit, we meet Rihanna, who turned her success into a movement for inclusivity through Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty, proving that diversity and representation can shape industries while she continues to create music that captures hearts around the world. And her charitable work in education and global aid cements her as a true visionary. And right beside her stands Beyonce, a performer, a creator, a leader, whose artistry continues to define excellence. Her music, her stagecraft, and her advocacy for empowerment make her an icon whose impact will echo for generations. She shows that strength can be graceful and that art can be activism. And while these megastars dominate global stages, we look at others who built their own path with authenticity, like Ed Sheeran, whose red hair and humble songs made him the voice of the every person. His journey from street performances to stadium tours tells us that pure talent never goes unnoticed, and his humility keeps fans feeling close to him as if his songs were written for their own stories. And nearby, Adele stands with her powerful voice and disarming humor, singing of heartbreak and healing with an honesty that feels timeless. Her comeback stories remind us that stepping away to breathe and returning stronger is a form of success too. And speaking of comebacks, Robert Downey Jr. shines as the perfect example. Once facing personal battles, he rose to become Iron Man, a role that mirrored his own redemption story. His resilience, his wit, and his gratitude have made him beloved worldwide, and fans see him not just as a hero on screen, but as proof that it is never too late to rebuild. And when we talk about transformation, we cannot miss Miley Cyrus, who began as Hannah Montana and grew into an artist fearless about expression. Her reinventions each era unapologetically. Her own inspire fans to accept change as a natural part of growing up. Her activism for animals and equality shows the heart behind the boldness, and just as Miley embodies fearlessness, Lady Gaga turns art into emotion. She has been a pop star, a fashion rebel, and an Oscar-winning actress, using her platform to champion kindness and mental health. Her Born This Way message reminds us that self-acceptance is revolutionary. And from pop, we move to K-pop, where BTS redefined global music, breaking records, language barriers, and expectations. Their unity, their authenticity, and their message of self-love have made them cultural ambassadors for hope and creativity. Their fans known as ARMY share a bond built on trust and positivity, showing how music can unite millions across languages and continents, and from their powerful rhythm, we glide to another superstar who embodies discipline and inspiration. Cristiano Ronaldo, whose life story from Madeira to becoming one of the greatest athletes of all time, speaks of relentless drive. His fitness, his philanthropy, and his devotion to family mirror the same values seen in Ryan Reynolds' own balance of work and life, reminding us that greatness comes from consistency and gratitude. And beside Ronaldo stands Lionel Messi, the quiet genius whose artistry on the pitch and humility off it make him universally adored. Together, they prove that competition and respect can coexist, and that even in fame, grace is the highest form of success. And as the story of shining stars continues, we are reminded that the world of fame is not just about glamour, but about growth, courage, and connection. Just like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, who balance laughter, family, and purpose in every chapter of their lives, there are countless others who prove that fame can be kind and meaningful. Like Jennifer Lopez, who began as a dancer chasing dreams and became a global icon in music, film, and business. Her performances are electric, her fashion timeless, and her resilience unshakable. Every reinvention from Selena the movie to Hustlers, to her return to music charts reminds us that self-belief turns every setback into a comeback, and standing alongside her, Shakira dances through life with passion. Her voice moves hearts, her rhythms unite cultures, and her foundations bring education and hope to children across Latin America. She shows how rhythm can heal and how generosity can define legacy, and from there we glide to another powerhouse, Ariana Grande, whose angelic voice carries both vulnerability and strength. She began young-faced storms and turned them into melodies that empower millions. Her connection with fans is deep, personal, and filled with love and gratitude, and through her we learn that fame built on authenticity can last forever. And speaking of authenticity, Demi Lovato stands tall as a symbol of courage, openly sharing their journey toward healing and self-discovery, inspiring fans who see reflections of their own battles and victories in that transparency. Their music becomes a form of therapy for the world, reminding everyone that strength is found in truth. And from healing, we move to joy through Harry Styles, whose effortless charm and kindness have made him one of the most beloved stars of his generation. His bold approach to fashion and his gentle confidence broke old norms, encouraging fans to embrace individuality and love freely. His concerts are celebrations of positivity and community, and from One Direction to solo stages, his growth symbolizes artistic freedom and sincerity. And from London, we travel to Los Angeles, where Billie Eilish redefined what pop could be. Her haunting voice, her fearless creativity, and her honesty about mental health created a new space for youth to feel understood. She turned minimalism into magic, and her brother Phineas, her creative partner, helped shape sounds that changed the direction of modern music together. They remind us that family, collaboration, and authenticity are the new fame. And from innovation to inclusion, Rihanna once again shines not only as a singer, but as a visionary who made beauty and fashion industries rethink representation. Her brands Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty celebrate every tone, shape, and story. And through that, she has built a legacy that empowers women and men around the world. And if Rihanna represents boldness, then Zendaya embodies grace. Rising from Disney beginnings, she became a face of elegance, strength, and representation. Her red carpet looks crafted with intention, her acting layered with truth, and her quiet activism rooted in compassion. She is proof that you can change the world simply by being real. And beside her, we see Timothée Chalamet, whose gentle artistry and unconventional charm have captivated audiences. His performances are introspective, his style daring, and his humility refreshing, making him a voice of the new generation that values expression over perfection. And from the young to the timeless, we celebrate Tom Hanks, who for decades has shown that kindness and talent can coexist perfectly. His roles from Forrest Gump to Saving Private Ryan to Toy Story carry empathy at their core, and his off-screen warmth has earned him the title of Hollywood's most genuine star. And Meryl Streep continues to be the embodiment of mastery. Every role she touches becomes legendary. Her elegance, her fearlessness, and her advocacy for equal opportunity inspire both veterans and newcomers. In the industry, she proves that greatness is not about spotlight but substance. And substance is also what defines Keanu Reeves. Beloved for his humility and generosity, His roles in The Matrix and John Wick make him an action icon, yet his quiet acts of kindness like helping crew members and supporting charities make him a hero in real life too. And while Keanu shows quiet strength, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson demonstrates energy, positivity, and perseverance. His journey from a struggling football player to wrestling champion to Hollywood's highest-paid actor shows that passion and consistency build legacies. His social media filled with motivational words and family moments makes him relatable to millions, reminding fans to keep pushing and smiling. And speaking of smiles, Ellen DeGeneres has spent years spreading laughter through her shows, surprising guests, helping families, and giving platforms to good causes. She turned comedy into compassion, showing that joy can be a form of service and another beacon of service. Oprah Winfrey transformed storytelling into empowerment. Her life from humble beginnings to building a media empire is one of the most inspiring tales ever told. She uses her platform to educate, uplift, and connect humanity, and her generosity has funded schools and dreams across the globe. And while Oprah lights up minds, Beyonce continues to set the gold standard in performance art. Every concert, every video, every visual album is crafted with intention, celebrating heritage, identity, and strength. She commands stages with grace, turning empowerment into an art form, and her philanthropic projects, from scholarships to hurricane relief, highlight her heart behind the crown. And from queens of music to kings of innovation, we have Kanye West and Pharrell Williams, who changed how sound and style interact, pushing boundaries and mentoring new talent, showing that creativity, when shared, multiplies its power. And as this glittering web of stars expands, we return to the reminder that every celebrity once stood where dreams begin, in quiet rooms with ideas and hopes. And through persistence, they shaped culture across continents. And as we move through this sparkling world of celebrities, we see how every story connects like a constellation in the night sky, each star glowing with its own rhythm, yet shining together to form something bigger and more beautiful. Take, for instance, Ryan Reynolds once again, whose humor and humility make him one of the most loved figures in Hollywood. He manages to turn every interview into a moment of laughter and every project into something people genuinely care about, from Deadpool to his business ventures like aviation, gin, and Mint Mobile. He has proven that creativity knows no limits, and his partnership with Blake Lively continues to be a beacon of mutual respect, support, and playfulness, showing that relationships in the spotlight can thrive with trust and laughter. And while Blake takes her own path in fashion and entrepreneurship, she continues to inspire women worldwide to balance ambition with authenticity. Her designs, her cooking, her candid moments of motherhood remind people that being real is always in style. And moving from Hollywood's power couples, we glance toward British royalty, where Prince William and Kate Middleton embody grace and duty. Their work for mental health awareness and environmental causes has changed perceptions of what it means to be royal, modern, relatable, and compassionate. They show that influence is not about privilege, but about purpose. And across the ocean, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stand for courage and self-determination, redefining tradition with honesty and heart. Their dedication to philanthropy and storytelling through Archewell proves that even when paths diverge, integrity can light the way. And from royalty to rhythm, we travel to the world of Drake, whose journey from a Canadian TV show to becoming one of the biggest artists in the world shows the power of reinvention. His lyrics blend vulnerability and confidence, capturing emotions of an entire generation, and his commitment to giving back to his community in Toronto shows the humanity behind the fame. And across stages, we find Justin Bieber, another Canadian dream whose rise from YouTube videos to global stardom became a phenomenon. His evolution from teenage fame to mature artistry reflects his growth as a person, using his platform to spread positivity, faith, and awareness for mental health. He proves that mistakes can become lessons, and lessons can become legacy. And speaking of evolution, Taylor Swift continues to paint her story with new colors, every era transforming herself with poetic genius. Her music, from Fearless to Folklore, tells the story of a woman growing, learning, and embracing both pain and joy. And her connection with fans feels like a global friendship built on honesty and admiration. She shows that staying true to your art is the ultimate rebellion. And beside her, Selena Gomez continues to glow softly yet powerfully with her music, acting, and rare beauty brand. She stands for compassion, self-care, and strength. Her journey reminds everyone that vulnerability is not weakness, but wisdom. And from pop queens to cinematic legends, we look at Leonardo DiCaprio, whose decades of excellence have been matched only by his passion for protecting the planet. His performances In Titanic, Inception, and The Revenant prove his dedication to storytelling, while his environmental work shows his devotion to humanity. His voice echoes across generations, urging action and awareness. And while Leo saves the Earth, Tom Cruise conquers the skies with his thrilling mission. Impossible stunts proving that dedication and daring spirit define his career. Longevity and energy, his presence on screen remains unmatched, and fans around the world celebrate his commitment to pushing boundaries, safely and spectacularly. And from Hollywood to Hong Kong, Jackie Chan brings humor and humanity to action cinema. His films filled with heart and laughter have entertained millions, and his countless charity efforts show his desire to make the world better one smile at a time. And crossing into the digital era, we meet Mr. Beast, who transformed YouTube into a force for good. His challenges, philanthropy, and creativity have changed how entertainment can create real-world impact, from planting trees to feeding families. His projects prove that generosity and innovation can go hand in hand, inspiring a generation of creators to dream bigger and give more. And alongside him, we find Emma Chamberlain, whose unique personality, honesty, and humor made her a modern icon of authenticity. She represents the new wave of fame built not on perfection, but on relatability and creativity, showing that the future of celebrity is realness and storytelling. And from the digital to the divine, we revisit Beyonce, whose performances continue to define excellence. Her work ethic, her vision, and her commitment to celebrating Black culture and womanhood create art that is timeless and transformative. Every note, every frame carries purpose and pride. And following her, we find Lizzo, whose confidence and charisma encourage fans to love themselves unapologetically. Her message of body positivity and joy is infectious, proving that self-love can be revolutionary. And across the music landscape, The Weeknd shines. With his mysterious style and emotional storytelling, blending genres and breaking records, his performances are cinematic, his lyrics introspective, and his artistry fearless. And while we journey through sound, we also celebrate cinema, where Margot Robbie continues to dominate with charm, intelligence, and talent. From playing Harley Quinn to producing powerful stories, she represents a new wave of creative control for women in Hollywood, and alongside her, Florence Pugh captures hearts with depth and authenticity. Her bold roles and grounded personality make her one of the most relatable stars rising today. And across continents, we celebrate Priyanka Chopra, Jonas, who bridged Bollywood and Hollywood through determination and brilliance. Her global influence, her advocacy for girls' education, and her warm personality make her a symbol of ambition without arrogance. And her husband, Nick Jonas, continues to thrive as both musician and actor, balancing fame and family with grace together. They form a cross-cultural love story that inspires millions. And as we keep scrolling through this galaxy of greatness, we find Zendaya again, lighting up red carpets with effortless poise and confidence. She reminds everyone that elegance and empowerment can exist in harmony. Her collaboration with fashion houses and her performances on screen show that representation is not a trend, but a legacy. And her friendship with Tom Holland, whose charm, humor, and humility have made him a global favorite, is a reminder that young love and fame can still feel grounded, sincere, and full of laughter. Their dynamic radiates joy, showing that connection matters more than chaos. And as the light of this ever-moving universe of celebrities keeps glowing brighter, we begin to see that fame is not only about the moments on camera, but also the quiet ones behind the scenes, where love, family, and reflection shape the souls we admire, like Blake Lively, whose creativity overflows into her home life, her cooking, her parenting, and even her social media moments that feel so genuine. They make fans smile. She reminds everyone that even in luxury there is simplicity, and her support for Ryan Reynolds, even when offstage, shows that true partnership shines most when the world is watching less. And as Ryan continues to make people laugh both on screen and off, he mirrors that same energy found in stars who use humor as healing, like Steve Carell, whose gentle nature and brilliant comedic timing turned him from a TV office boss into one of the most respected actors. His roles always carry heart underneath the laughs, teaching that kindness can coexist with comedy. And from laughter to legacy, we turn toward Denzel Washington, whose decades of cinematic excellence and wisdom have made him a mentor to many. His performances radiate discipline, depth, and purpose, and his words about faith and focus continue to inspire younger generations, proving that integrity never goes out of style. And another living legend, Morgan Freeman, with his iconic voice and calm presence, continues to remind the world that grace and patience define greatness. And through these wise voices, We also meet younger dreamers like Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, and Zendaya, who carry that torch of artistry into a new age of authenticity. They show that vulnerability can be powerful, and that talent grows brighter when rooted in humility. And across the music world, the same pattern repeats as artists like Olivia Rodrigo burst onto the scene with raw emotion, honesty, and storytelling, capturing the heartache of youth and turning it into empowerment. Her songs tell fans that it is okay to feel deeply, and that expression heals. And nearby Dua Lipa brings rhythm style and confidence to pop culture, blending classic glamour with modern strength and using her platform to uplift women in music. She proves that being bold is the new beautiful. And in the same light, Doja Cat plays with creativity and humor, turning her artistry into a kaleidoscope of sound, visuals, and fun, showing that music can still surprise and delight while also connecting people through laughter and self-expression. And as we move through this symphony of global stars, we travel to Korea again, where Blackpink and BTS continue to shape pop culture across continents. Their music videos are cinematic, their choreography sharp, their fan engagement unmatched. They represent teamwork, discipline, and love for fans that feels genuine. They show how culture can connect us even when words differ, and the same spirit thrives in Latin artists like Bad Bunny, who mixes music and activism, unapologetically using fame to celebrate identity and change narratives. His fearless individuality inspires millions to embrace their roots and dreams, while Karol G continues to rise with vibrant music, empowering lyrics and joy that spreads like sunshine. Her success is proof that representation matters and that audiences crave authenticity over perfection. And from Latin beats, we move to African rhythms, where Burna Boy and Wizkid bring Afro beats to the world, blending tradition with innovation and inspiring a global appreciation for African excellence and artistry. They remind us that the world is connected through sound and joy. And in another corner of the world, Taylor Swift writes yet another masterpiece, reminding everyone that even after years of success, there is always another story to tell, another melody to sing, another heart to heal. And her friendship with Blake Lively remains a highlight for fans who adore their shared humor, creativity, and grounded energy they symbolize. How women supporting women in fame can change narratives and build lasting influence. And while Taylor crafts words, Selena Gomez continues to spread love through action-building mental health platforms, launching kindness movements, and proving that empathy is her superpower. And their friendship represents a generation of artists who prioritize authenticity over image, showing that the world of celebrities can also be one of compassion and courage. And as we glide back to the big screen, we celebrate the incredible diversity of film with stars like Lupita Nyong'o, who broke boundaries with her performances and continues to use her voice for inclusion. Her elegance and strength inspire young girls everywhere to dream without limits. And Viola Davis, another powerhouse of talent whose every role carries truth and dignity, has shown that perseverance and power can coexist beautifully. She represents the voice of purpose in Hollywood, and her presence continues to raise the bar for what representation truly means. And as we cross oceans, we find global icons like Deepika Padukone, whose influence extends beyond acting into advocacy for mental health. Her honesty about her struggles helped millions open conversations in cultures where silence once dominated. She proves that vulnerability and fame can change lives, and her success story continues to show that art and empathy go hand in hand. And from India, we also celebrate Ranveer Singh, whose vibrant personality and fearless style bring color and confidence to modern cinema, reminding fans that joy and individuality are powerful statements. And from their world, we journey to Japan, where artists like Lisa from Demon Slayer and groups like Perfume bring unique creativity to music, blending technology and heart-creating experiences that show the endless possibilities of art in motion. And in the West, the cinematic universe grows through the vision of directors like Christopher Nolan, Greta Gerwig, and Taika Waititi, who prove that creativity thrives when you take risks. Their stories told through powerful films inspire dreamers around the world to believe that art can move people, change minds, and last forever. And as we continue exploring this universe of brilliance, we realize that every award, every red carpet, every fan interaction becomes a small piece of a much larger picture. A picture built on dreams, dedication, and the simple desire to connect. Because at the end of it all, celebrities are mirrors reflecting the best and most hopeful parts of us. And that is what keeps the audience scrolling, listening, and believing. And as the story reaches its final rhythm, the light of fame continues to shimmer across continents, reminding us that celebrities, though larger than life, are still dreamers like us, each one writing their own story through passion, persistence, and purpose. Like Blake Lively, whose journey from television screens to global red carpets symbolizes elegance mixed with warmth. She embodies the spirit of creativity and care. And even when she skips premieres, her support shines louder than any camera. Flash, because her presence is felt through love and laughter. Her family moments, her playful posts, and her genuine nature remind people that real beauty glows from within, and as Ryan Reynolds continues to build a legacy of humor, heart, and hard work, he mirrors that same sincerity, proving that joy and generosity create timeless stardom. Their story becomes a reflection of partnership and fame built not on performance but on friendship and understanding, and around them the constellation of stars keeps glowing brighter with every new voice, every fresh face, every legend returning for one more brilliant act from newcomers like Sydney Sweeney and Jacob Elordi, redefining television drama with authenticity to veterans like George Clooney and Julia Roberts, whose charm and class remain unshaken. The landscape of fame is always evolving, and yet its heart remains the same. It beats for art, connection, and hope. And within that heartbeat, we hear echoes of laughter from comedians like Jimmy Fallon, Trevor Noah, and James Corden, who bring humor to millions, turning late nights into moments of shared joy, proving that laughter is still the purest form of connection. And just as laughter brings comfort, compassion continues to guide stars who use their influence for good, like Angelina Jolie, who dedicates her life to humanitarian missions, helping refugees and spreading awareness about global crises. Her courage and kindness redefine what it means to be a public figure. And beside her, Emma Watson continues to champion equality, education, and empowerment, blending intellect with elegance. Her voice carries wisdom and conviction, reminding young people that intelligence is beautiful. And from activism to artistry, the circle continues with Zendaya and Tom Holland, two bright lights whose chemistry on and off screen feels like a modern fairy tale. Their bond, filled with respect, creativity, and laughter, shows that love in the spotlight can be real, pure, and inspiring. And moving through the melodies of the world, we hear Taylor Swift serenading emotions, Beyonce igniting power, Selena Gomez healing hearts, Ariana Grande elevating love, and Ed Sheeran weaving stories into songs that feel like home, each one reminding fans that music is the heartbeat of humanity. And in the cinematic skies, legends like Denzel Washington, Meryl Streep, and Tom Hanks still guide generations with performances that define empathy, showing that excellence is timeless and across new platforms. Creators like MrBeast, Emma Chamberlain, and Charli D'Amelio redefine what fame means today, proving that authenticity and innovation can turn pixels into purpose. And as we continue this endless scroll of stars from Hollywood to Bollywood, from Seoul to London, from Lagos to Los Angeles, we begin to see how connected it all is. Every artist, every actor, every musician and creator standing as proof that dreams can travel across oceans, languages, and time zones. The magic of celebrity lies not in perfection but in perseverance. The moments when they rise again after falling, when they give back, when they share their stories, so others feel less alone, when they laugh at themselves, when they stand for something bigger than applause. That is the real glow behind the glamour. And so as Blake Lively stays home surrounded by her children, her laughter, her quiet moments of creativity, while her family proudly supports Ryan Reynolds on the red carpet, it becomes a perfect symbol of balance in a world that never stops spinning. She reminds everyone that sometimes skipping the spotlight means choosing peace, that love shines even brighter than fame, and that every star from every generation carries within them the same spark that started it all, a desire to connect, to create, to care. And when we look at the tapestry of celebrity life, from the humble beginnings of small-town dreamers to the global icons they become, we see a story not of separation, but of shared humanity. Because behind every autograph, every performance, every award speech, there is a person who once looked up at the same sky and wished upon a star, and that is why the world will always be fascinated, inspired, and comforted by the lives of those who dare to dream in public, for they remind us that fame at its best is not a mirror of distance, but a bridge of hope and connection. And so the story of Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and every shining soul in the universe of fame continues to unfold. Endlessly, a never-ending stream of art, heart, laughter, and legacy flowing across time, screens, and hearts, reminding us that in the world of celebrities, the greatest achievement is not the applause, but the ability to make others feel seen, valued, and inspired. Stay tuned for more celebrity stories, inspirational journeys, and red carpet moments that touch the heart. Subscribe for weekly storytelling documentaries about the stars you love.